Are you ready to see one of the biggest, most diverse collections of Japanese retro video games on sale? Well then, stick around to the end because I guarantee you're going to see something that piques your interest. Welcome back, refurbers and scruffy-looking nerve herders. I'm scruffy-looking RGB. Today, we're in Mandai Shoten, in the lovely prefecture of Saitama, in a little town called Iwatsuki. I just happened to come up on this shop on the way home from a trip, and I had to stop in. It was a complete surprise shopping experience, but I was really pleased with what I found. And I know you're gonna love it, so just check this one out. This place has everything from retro games. They have a mini game center inside, the stairway leading to treasures beyond your wildest imagination. Okay, I think we have found the gaming section. This place is huge, as you can see, and there is so many things in this one shop. It's kind of like a Don Quixote on steroids, I guess you could say. If you know what a Don Quixote is, it's got a little bit of everything here. But this has even more. As we check out the Switch games here, they have a lot to offer in the way of games. Some console bits, PS Vitas, 2DS, Pokemon version, Pikachu version as well. You got the mini classic Nintendo and Pro Game controller, Bluetooth, some Wii's. There's just a lot of things in the shop. Ashita no Joe. You guys know Ashita no Joe? Looks like a keyboard set of Ashita no Joe by Sunsoft. This is pretty cool. You got some Mario and Luigi Mario Kart wheels for the Wii. We don't have much. Some SNES controllers in here. I think they're going for 1,200. That's a lot of money for a controller like that. I don't know. I guess it's in good condition, but I wouldn't pay that much for a SNES controller. You can find them at Book Off even or Hard Off for like 300 to 500 yen. What do we got in here? We got some adapter E thing for the Game Boy Advance. I don't know what this is. Looks like a card reader type thing. 500 yen for the GBA. And we got some AC adapters. 560 something yen. Interesting. Some bulk junk games for 1,000 yen. Do we have in here? We have Super Famicom cables, HDMI cables for 800 yen. That seems quite steep. Neo Geo CD in the box, and another one in the box. I have never played Neo Geo. Is it worth picking up? What do you guys think? And we got Dance Dance Revolution, the dancing pad or controller. We got the guitar. What else do we have? And here is the display case. This has quite a bit of stuff in it. We got some Mega Drive in here. Got some Famicom in here. Wow, there's a lot of awesome things in here. Down at the bottom left we have Neo Geo games. Okay, Mega Drive games. We got Rockman. That is not a bad deal for Rockman and DuckTales 2. It's about on average price for them. Kunio in the box. 3,000-ish. We got a lot of games here. Samurai Pizza Cats, Super Contra, many games I never heard of for the Famicom in the box here. We got Ninja Gaiden 3 there in the middle. In the back we got Alien vs. Predator in the box. We got Bonk's Adventure for Famicom. Some more Mega Man games and another Rockman number 1 and 4. Looks like we got a Mother guidebook, the memory card for the Famicom, Super Famicom. So we got some Neo Geo Pocket games down here. SNK versus Street Fighter. And we got a bunch of GBA games. Mother 3. There's Metroid Zero Mission. Mother 1 and 2. Gradius Generations. Pokemon. Pokemon Fire Red, Pokemon Green. A lot of box games in here. So many in here. And some PS games over here. We got Captain Love. We got Akuma Joe Dracula X. And then down to the PC Engine games. We got Steam Hearts. That's a spendy one. Magic and Might 3. That's another one. Elevator Action Returns for the Sega Saturn. And then some more PC Engine games. We got Parodius down there. Wild Heroes, Fire Sprex, just a bunch of games I don't know anything about. Like I said, give me PC Engine suggestions, and we move up to, there's some PlayStation 2 games up here. Lots of PlayStation 2 and one PlayStation 3. And we move even further down. There we have Xbox 360 games. You got Dragwa for the PC Engine as well. Sorry, Draga. And Lady Sword. Does anyone know this game? That looks freaking awesome. What else do we have here? Dragons and Graffiti. That is also a spendy one, about $118 to be exact. Has everyone played that? Looks pretty cool. And Splatterhouse 3 for the Mega Drive. Goes for about 9,000 yen. And then we've also got a bunch of more. We got Double Dragon for Mega Drive, some Sonic games, and Neo Geo coming to the King of Fighters 2000, 2001. There's even Metal Gear down here. Let me get a closer look here. Metal Gear we got, and the King of Fighters, I think that's 97 behind it, or 98, not too sure. And just a lot more back there. I don't know, a handful. I didn't know these games were so expensive, between like 150 to 200 bucks for one game. And my Game Boy modders out there, this is for you. 2,500 for a Play It Loud Game Boy, a red one. It just says a few scratches on the screen and a few scratches on the body, but it is operational. As well as a green Game Boy Color, the clear green, limited edition one for 7,000. And we got just a whole slew of GBAs here from various prices, from about 4,000 to 3,000 yen. And in the box, fairly mint for 90. We got a Game Boy Pocket for about 4,000, and we got Game & Watches, 2,000 here, and Popeye for 4,000. And what is it? Oil Panic. There's Mario Brothers in the back for about 100 bucks. And we have the Bandai versions with the Gundam. And GameCube lovers, we got some GameCube controllers, but these are kind of spendy. Even though they're not in the best of condition, they're still kind of highly priced, because, you know, they're sought after all over the world. Some Retro Bit Generation. There's a Neo Geo X. Some Retro Freak stuff. And a Bluetooth gamepad. Now we're going to move on to the games. So to the right we have boxed Famicom games. What's in here? Dragon of Fire, or Breath of Fire, excuse me. 1,000 yen for that. I like that artwork. That's a nice one. I don't think I've ever played that game though. Sorry for the poor camera work here, but just trying to get a wide shot of the shelves, the kind of stuff there is. Just a whole lot of box games for the Super Nintendo, or Super Famicom, excuse me. And some loose PC Engine stuff here. We got Momotaro Densetsu for 900 yen, and Golf for about 300. And we got Genjin, PC Genjin number 2, so Bonk's Adventure 2. Can't see the price here, but I think it was about 900 yen, or maybe more. And this game, I cannot read the kanji, it's kind of in a weird font. Power League, is this a, yes, definitely a baseball game. And looks like a Chinese type, it's probably a, we got soccer. And Momotaro Katsugeki, so it looks like a kabuki type game for Momotaro. I've never played that, but I've seen it before. And another version, whatever that game is, I can't read the kanji because the font is weird. And Yu Jinsei, so maybe Game of Life, I'm thinking. Maybe it's like a board game type game. And to the left we have NBA basketball, Bulls versus, okay, Bulls versus something. Maybe Bulls versus Sun, or Bulls versus Lakers, Bulls versus Lasers. Here we got a game for a system I've never seen before. I don't know what system this is. Tommy, anyone know what system this is? Is this MSX? And Neo Geo Pocket Games, Oh Hanabi. So something having to do with fireworks. 300 yen for one of those. And a GBA card reader. I don't know what that does or what that is for. I know it's a card reader. Wonder Swan game, cannot see the title on it. Another Wonder Swan game. A few more Wonder Swan games. Sorry for this shoddy work right here. There they are. And Game Gear, Sonic 2 in the box, 1,100. Conan in the box for the Wonder Swan, and Kinnikuman Man for the Wonder Swan, and we got Sonic Drift for Game Gear, and Puyo Puyo for Game Gear, Samurai Spirits for Game Gear, and Momotaro Dentetsu 3, I believe it was, and Sonic Generations, was it? Sonic Drift 2 for the Game Gear. This place has such a wide, and another Japanese game, I could not read it, sorry. Another Sonic 2 Drift. I've never seen so much variation of different types of games all in one place before. This place is pretty awesome. If you're in Japan, it's definitely worth checking out. Not all the prices are really cheap, but just the vast amount of stuff they have here is worth looking through. And you can find deals here because there's just so much. There's Makaimura, or Ghosts and Goblins for the Mega Drive loose. Puyo Puyo for Mega Drive. Shining Force 2 for Mega Drive. King Sailin', I'm guessing that's a fishing game. It's got a fish on it. F1 game. Car racing. Striker. Another Striker. Soccer. Right. But just Sonic 3 with Knuckles. 1800. That's pretty. I don't know how much they go for because I don't see them very often. And there's Sonic, the original, for 800. I don't see that many Mega Drive games loose. You know, you see them in Akihabara, but they're kind of pricey. Another Puyo Puyo game. Another racing, GP2. What else? Baseball game. Just the game pack for the N64. And some just chords for the Game Boy, or Game Boy Advanced, I think. PlayStation 2 memory cards. Pokemon themed game links for the Game Boy. That's pretty cool. It's in nice condition. 1,000 yen. Is this Fighters? Something Fighters for the Sega Saturn, probably. And over here we got some Sega Saturn games. Is that Sakura Wars as I drop it to the floor? Bomberman Fight. lots of Sega Saturn games on this shelf. I also don't have a Sega Saturn, so I don't know a whole lot about it. I know there's a lot of good shooters for this. There's a lot of good games in general, and I just have no clue. And we got Dreamcast. Marvel vs. Capcom. That's one of my favorites for the Dreamcast. Quite a selection. See, J-League Soccer, and we go down to the Hue cards. Gradius. Let's move this over so we can take a look at the entire pack. We got a few Hue cards and then some Sega Dreamcast games here. So this is Clax. Sports of Basketball. Daiheki. Heisei? I don't know. Momotaro Densetsu 2. 700 yen. Hockey. Shogi. Baseball. F1 race. Another one. F1. Another different type of F1 race. 3 of them in a row. Momotaro Densetsu, another train simulation type game thing. Looking type game here. What else do we have? Langrestia. Looks like another horse racing game for Dreamcast. A bunch of anime type games for Dreamcast. And I think that was Dead Zone was in there. But we're gonna go over to the Hue cards or CDs for the PC Engine instead. Okay, we got Princess Maker and Lime, S Bianca, A3 train simulator game, Emerald Dragon, F1 game, a baseball game, and a 1552 Wizardry 5. Here we have Space Invaders and Torome, Nadia, Ranma 1/2, Ranma 1/2, another one, another Ranma 1/2. I wonder if it's better than the Super Famicom edition. And we have Master of Monsters. Is this any good? It's only 500 yen. Minesweep, Burai, Bianca, S Bianca, Noriko, Super Darius. That's got to be good. If it's got the name Darius, that means it's good, right? Mahjong Sherlock Holmes, Golf, 808. Another idle type game. Looks like a fishing game. Is that Nama game? Hoshi, Utsuro Hoshi something. Wise 2 or 3. And YY Mahjong. Let's get crazy with the Mahjong. Monster Wrestling. Maniac Pro Wrestling. More Mahjong. Baseball. Bomberman 94. That looks cool. I love that art. We got a Kunio soccer game here for 1500. Bomberman, another Bomberman. Baseball. Baseball. Looks like a wrestling game. Another wrestling game. Tag team wrestling game. And baseball. Let's go down a level and see what else we have. Or let's not. Let's take it up to the Famicom and Super Famicom. They have so many Famicom games here and Super Famicom games here. You would need hours to go through all of these. So I'm going to kind of skip through here and try and look at the ones that I'm interested in or have never seen before. So there's Bokenjima and Final Fantasy II, Yoshi's Cookie, Mario Golf, Wataru. I've seen the actual Hue card for this as well before. Did not pick it up, but wish I had. There's Final Fantasy, Rampart, YY World 2, DuckTales, got Pac-Man and Batman for 1400. Is Batman a good game? I don't know if it's worth 1400, if that's just rare or collectors covet it. And Pan-Man. I still have yet to pick this one up. I just like the artwork, simplicity. And Katori, our famous ninja anime character. Have not played that either, but I often see it. Super Mario USA. And King's Knight. Interesting. The Black Bass. Dig Dug 3 or 2. Top Gun. Dragon Ball. Mahjong. Pac-Man Land, I think that was. Mappy Land. And we're going back over it. Minasan no Tarbo. Couldn't catch the name of that. Hangem Bay. Mahjong. Dragon Ball 3. Dr. Mario. Chalk and Pop. Super Mario Brothers. Galaga. Gundam Z. Kunio Hockey. Ikari Warriors. And a soccer game there. Mitomon, I think is that Japanese one. Another Dragon Ball. We were just by here moments ago. Pune, and I think that was Sherlock Holmes. Janjamaru. Metal Gear. Another Janjamaru. And there's Donkey Kong Jr. Let me back up here. There's Pondoko Don, which is an awesome game that I've played as a ROM, but I don't have the game myself. Twin B3, Kunio Soccer, King Nikuman, Ude de Ipoko. Just like the artwork on that. Lost World, that seems interesting. I never heard of that game. And we have Spartan X or Kung Fu. Bikuriman. Is that what that is? And Metro Cross, I think that was. Just have a lot. There's Kunio Volleyball, Dragon Quest, and Tetris. Another Kunio game we just skipped over there. Sorry, this is so fast. Gremlins 2. Can't read that. It looks scary. I think that was Gradius. Who says Gradius? Who says Gradius? All the Rockmans. Rios. I really thought this was Voltron, but it's Rios. And we got Fudo Myo something, which is an interesting game, kind of tied into Japanese Buddhism, which is kind of cool, actually. Then we got Gege no Kintaro and Xevious. Star Wars, my favorite. Ninja Gaiden 3, 18 bucks. I would like to pick that up someday. Also, Ronald McDonald, 14 bucks. Flappy 2 and V-Ball. There's Rockman 6. Okay, at the Famicom Games. We got a few box games here. Got Kirby, Tetris, Momotaro. These are all Famicom. Super Mario World. Super Mario Brothers, sorry. We got Hattori-kun. We got Chinese Brothers 2. Fire Emblem down here for $19 in the box. Looks like good condition. And we're going over to the Famicom. We got some in the boxes. We got a bunch of loose ones on the wall here. Just to show you the sheer amount. Just a lot. Mother 2. Rockman X. Just too much here to go over. It's gonna take forever. Let's take a look at a few. Bubble Bobble. Puzzle Bobble, excuse me. 1,100 yen. Metal Max 2. We got Mother 2. 1,600 yen. Rockman X. 1,100. What's your favorite Rockman for the for Super Famicom? Let me know. X Rockman 2. Blues something or other. Twin B. Just a lot on this wall here. From Super Famicom to Famicom. There's just a lot to be seen at this place. Assault and Burai. That's a creepy looking title there. Excuse me, now that's Burai Tuopio, another princess, maker, one I can't read. Blood Gear, Soccer, Babel. We got another dating game, Kunio Soccer, Dragon Half, Gunbuster. These are all titles that are like kind of reminiscent old anime that I can remember vaguely. Dragon Buster 2, Dragon Explorer 2. Like the artwork on that. Sotsugyo Shashin, so graduation pictures. That's an interesting title. Doesn't instill a great amount of action-packedness in it to me. I don't know if there's enough action-packednicity in this game, but I could be wrong. Far East of Eden 2, Manji Maru. Here we have Shadow of the Beast. I like the artwork on this. This is Final One. And then we got Sim Earth, the Living Planet. There we go. It's like a dinosaur simulation game. Genocide. Gulliver Boy. And here we come up on the stack of GBA and Game Boy games. You can see just a huge variety of Game Boy Advance games. Just a lot to look at here, and not enough time. Clax, Bonk's Adventure, Chibi Maruko, Momotaro, Dentetsu. We got Hulk Hogan. We got the Hulk on here. WrestleMania. Just look at all these just doubles, and more doubles. And just so many games on this one little rack here. Both Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. We got Rockman XA collection here on this stack. Just lots of stuff. So that's all I can say here. Never seen so many gathered in one spot before. We're gonna get into the Game Boy games now. We have a lot. There's a lot of just doubles here. But just the sheer bunch of Kunio games. Got Kunio Soccer for the Game Boy. Just so many games here. Kunio-kun. Just a lot. The sheer number of games at this place is just mind-boggling. I definitely didn't have enough time in this shop. We got a bunch of Pokemon Yellows, just a bunch, just a lot. It's going for 400 a piece. I've seen them for cheaper, but $4 is still way cheaper than, you know, if you were to find it in Akihabara. Kaeru no goi ni kagami wa naru. This is another Link's Adventure type game, RPG for the Game Boy. I've heard it's really good. I've never played it myself, but I'm sure $6 is not a bad price to pay for that. Donkey Kong 2, Exe, Rockman Exe, just all kind of things up here. Paper Mario, Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, Link. Zelda, 1000 yen, Star Soldier, and what else do we have up here? Just a lot of stuff. A lot of games, both GBA, Game Boy Color. Oh yes, we got over here. Game Boy Color, Wario Land 3, 300 yen, man, that's really cheap. It says the battery is dead. So, even so, that's still pretty cheap. And we got Pokemon Silver for 200 yen. And,
Game Boy Color. あれはポケモンクリスタル。いやいや、あの水君、あの文字か。
未だ知られざる幾多の謎。
あの少年、何も。
深いよね。ポケモンって。
ゲームボーイカラー専用ソフトポケットモンスタークリスタルバージョン。
there's so many games in here. So many games and not enough time to look at them all. I wish I could have spent more time on the games, but I just didn't have enough time. Got Gundam Battle in the box. Here's Pokemon Yellow, about 2,000 yen, and Pokemon Blue for about 1,600 yen. These both talk about one of them says damage and one of them says the battery is dead. Slam Dunk in the box as well. There's Pokemon Green for 1,400. And yeah, it says battery dead. Doesn't look like there's much damage anyways. Doesn't say anything about the damage. Let me look at that again. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. The box is in good condition for like less than 20 bucks. What do you guys think about that? Is that a good deal to you? How much do these go for on eBay? Let me know down in the comments. Looking at Rockman X2 for 1,400. Battery's dead. I don't know how much a good deal that is. I think I see it usually go for 2,000, but I don't know. That seems a bit steep. I think they're just taking extra because it's the name Rockman. Rockman stuff just tends to go. Here we got Zelda for 600 yen. I think that's pretty cheap. I don't see it go for less than 900 to 1,500 yen usually, but it does say the battery is dead. But all you modders out there, that's an easy fix. Tweety Bird Seikai, Tweety Seikai Ishun. So Tweety around the world, never seen that before.
Do you like to hunt for lots and lots of retro video games? If so, look no further. Hi, I'm Scruffy Lookin' RGB, and I take you on retro game hunting adventures all over Japan. If you like what you see here, go ahead and subscribe, because I bring you new retro game hunts from Japan every week. Today's hunt brings us to Saitama Prefecture, to yet another Mandai Shoten. Today we're in Kawagoe. Kawagoe is famous for a little time capsule of a street that takes you back to the Edo period. But today we're looking for games, so let's take a look at what they have to offer. Okay, so let's get inside and see what they have to offer here at Mandai Shoten in Kawagoe. As you can see, like many of the other Mandai Shoten, the first floor has a plethora of UFO catchers and gachapon machines. There's Kimetsu Yaiba for days and days, Gundam, along with all the others. And we take the awesome ride up the escalator to heaven. And we arrive at the games. They do have, as I drop things to the floor, a good selection of Rockman games here on the PS1. But before we get into that, let's take a look around a little bit. As you can see, this place is packed with games. We've got a display case number 1 over here. Some Famicom games. So since we're here at the Famicoms, let's get into it. Ankoku Shinwa, or Myth of Darkness. I can only imagine that being an exclusive Famicom game for Japan. Nankoku Spy vs. Spy. Ultraman Club. They have a good little collection here of Famicom titles. Twin B3, which is always a good one. Some titles I found here that I've never actually heard of before. Here's one, Aikina no Yogen, or Aikina's Prophecy. I've never heard of this one. Another good thing about this recycle shop is that I think they have deals where if the game is under 400 yen, you can get 3 for a total of 800 yen, which is a pretty good deal. Looking at Titan there, I've never seen that game before. Some sort of a hockey game. Tenchinoku. Spartan X, the greatest kung fu game ever. Most nostalgic kung fu game ever, I should say. Here's one I ran across on my live game hunting video. Go and check that out if you want. Not sure what this is about, but I like the artwork on it. As here's another title I've never heard of before. It's another one you can get for 3 for 800 yen. Tom Sawyer's Adventure. Solstice. That's another one I've never heard of before. $15. Maybe it's a good one. Or a sought after one for $15, I think, maybe. Space Shadow. $26. I wonder what this looks, probably maybe a shooter. Would be cool. It's got a gun. Looks like alien-like. We got Downtown. Kunio-kun games. All kind of Kunio-kun stuff here. Nice little collection of them. Niketsu. This is the Kakutogi Densetsu version. Then we have the one that I talked about last time, Jidai Geki version, and a few. Silk Road, the Rainbow Silk Road. This is probably an RPG for 714 yen. Not really too familiar with it. But then again, I'm not too big into RPGs. Hotaman no Chite Tanken, or Hotaman's Exploration. Metal Gear, the original, going for $15. Bomb Jack. I often see this, but I have not played it before. Some Mega Man titles, Mega Rockman 4, 5, and 6. And WrestleMania the Hulkster. Gotta love the artwork on this. got the warrior in the background too. And a sun-faded version. Very cool, nostalgic games right there. Lost World for 500 yen. Another game I don't know much about. Mahjong Taikai. Something I'm not interested in at all. And a casino type game, which is probably not much fun either. Battlefleet for $13. This may be a good game. Maybe it's a shooter. I don't know. You guys tell me. DuckTales. That is a great one for 700 yen. You can't go wrong with that. Great action platformer. Very nostalgic for me, definitely. And we got some Mega Drive here up in the corner. Just a couple. And some Wonder Swan games, I believe. I don't see too many Wonder Swan games all that often. Final Fantasy there on the end. Got Game Gear games as well, also very limited. Another Famicom Racer. It's 1,000 yen for that one. Some tennis here, looks like some old pros. I wonder if those are famous tennis players from back in the day. Probably. And also a limited. We have Superstar Soldier down here for the PC Engine. Some junk games down here as well. I'm so very shocked at how well PC Engine Hue cards hold their value. Sometimes the loose Hue cards aren't much cheaper than the ones in the box. We got Heibereke, Pobun. I'm not sure if this is there's only one of these or two, because I think I've seen a different version of it before, actually. Little fighter, I think I talked about it in another video, a couple videos back. And we have Nakayoshi something or other with the cutesy Sailor Moon characters in it. Tokyo Disneyland game. As we get into Super Famicom Mystery Circle. Interesting. I wonder if that has to do with UFOs. WrestleMania by Acclaim. Little Monster. Curious about this game. I've been seeing it in the past 3 videos I've done. Ranma 1/2. Another Ranma next to it. Always a good time with Ranma. Just don't get them wet. Alright. I think we're reaching our Lagoon RPG for the Super Famicom here. Let's see what we got on the back wall. We have Battle Bots. Final Fight. Classic one here. Pinocchio! Pinocchio! Along with Pinocchio. One I've not seen before in the wild, actually. It's got some writing on it. Could be a fun action platformer. I don't know. Maybe it's worth picking up. What do you think? We got Donald down here. Kabuki Rocks. This is another one I've recently found out about. Troll Island. Nostalgic and very creepy looking title, to say the least. Got some Goemon games. Ebisumaru. Zelda. Can't go wrong with Zelda. And Seiken Densetsu 3. Always goes for a pretty good price. Wangyan Land for the Super Nintendo, 700 yen. Both of them right next to each other. And some Bomberman here and there. Super Mario World. Street Fighter 2. Yoshi's Island. Punetaro. Spabom. Interesting title. Washoi. Another Banpresto Gundam / Kamen Rider Ultraman game. There's a lot of those Banpresto series of games. Ashibe, the Arashi or the seal, excuse me. Gegege no Kitaro, not bad, $15. Love Gegege Kitaro series. My first favorite was definitely Ninja Kid on the NES. We have V Gundam, Victory Gundam here. I don't know how good that is. A lot of Gundam games are not very good on the Nintendo or the Super Nintendo. The Shinni game, so the Psycho game or whatever you want to call it. We got Gegege no Kitaro again here. A couple copies, $15. Seems a little steep, but I've been looking to pick this one up for quite a while. Here we got Kunio-kun Oden for 714 yen. I've yet to play this, but it does intrigue me a lot because it makes me think of, I don't know, just Oden is a good, I like eating Oden, so having Kunio-kun and Oden mixed together can only mean one thing. Great game. We have Ginga Eiyu Densetsu, Galaxy Hero Legend. And we have California Games 2. Artwork on that is interesting compared to the Western version. Battle Densetsu 2. Casper for $10. And train simulation, city simulation type game. Wing Commander. I think this one has Mark Hamill's voice in it, possibly. 714 yen. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Elfaria 2 for 400 yen. Another you could get for a deal. Nyanko game. Never seen this one before. 714 yen. Angelique for 500 yen. I have no idea what that is as well either. Excuse me. Hebareke. I've been looking at that one for a while. Would like to pick it up. Breath of Fire 2. Home Alone! Just in time for the holidays. But let's take a look at some other types of games here. So recently I've been looking at a lot of Dreamcast and Sega Saturn. So we're going to dive into the Dreamcast here. I don't know about you guys, but I tend to find that Dreamcasts are probably more expensive, especially than Super Famicom. It's not that you can't find good deals here and there, but the good games tend to be a little bit more on the expensive side. Ready Rumble Boxing. Code Veronica. Not bad stuff in here. I don't see a whole lot of really good ones though. Okay, let's move on to the Sega Saturn. Fat dude playing Go, or what is that? Shogi, excuse me. As we scroll through the aisle, we got lots of fighting games in here. Sorry if I'm going too fast. We got Ultraman. Love the artwork on that. It's not too expensive. Nope, a risque game, eh? Gravity Zero. Cubic Gallery. Gundam. Another Gundam. Another Gundam. GW. Don't know what those games were. Here we have Gegege no Kitaro. One of my favorites here. I've never played this version, but I definitely like to get it because it's Gegege no Kitaro. Can't go wrong with that. Some soccer. Shining Force 3. $41. It's pretty expensive, so I'm guessing this is a sought-after title. Is this a shooter? Action platformer? And another Shining Force 3, same price. Another Ultraman game here. Evangelion. Street Fighter Zero for 700 yen. Not a bad price. But this is one of the more common Street Fighter 2s for the Sega Saturn, I believe, from what I've experienced thus far. simulator games, graphic novels, Virtual On. I remember that arcade, playing that in the arcade. Puyo Puyo 2, Dragon Ball Z, Eve Collection, Desire something. There's probably a bunch of games in this one here. Check out some GBA classic games here for the GBA. I don't collect a whole lot of GBA, so I don't look through them all that often. This one you can find plentiful everywhere. Those of you out there that collect GBA, let me know what games are great for the GBA. And there's this little pocket of Game Boy games here for the DMG. I've never seen before these two at the top. Strawberry something other. And DuckTales. I've never seen DuckTales for the Game Boy. $20 for that one. And interesting ones in the back there for Game Boy Color. But not a whole lot for the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advanced at this shop here. Not always like that, but here they just didn't have a heck of a lot. I could have just missed where they were. Makaimura, Ghost and Goblins. Hoshino Kirby. Pokemon Dungeon. Kingdom of Hearts, excuse me. Let's move back to the PlayStation section because I did find an awesome little collection of my favorite series, Rockman. So let's see if we can find that again. I think I see it. Coming up here soon. Here's Rockman 1 on the PlayStation. Those of you that played this, how is it on the PlayStation? I don't think I've ever played a Rockman game on the PlayStation ever. I've always only played Rockman on Nintendo systems, whether it be the NES or Super Famicom. But the original Rockman series 1 through 6 has got to be my favorite series out of any series on the NES, hands down. Rockman is just awesome possum, as some people might say, and they do. We got Rockman X4 here as well. Never really got into the X series, Rockman X series. I didn't get that far. Here we got X3. Artwork on these jewel cases is really amazing. Rockman X5. What are your favorite Rockman games from the Rockman series of any time? Let me know. I still would like to play Rockman 11. Those of you guys that have played 11, is it worth getting? I'm still trying to play my way through the original series, actually. I've played all the games, but I have not beaten them all, so I'm trying to go through all of them. And I think I'm still only on 2, so I'm right on the edge of 2. One-on-one. Looks like a basketball game there. Yeah, they do have quite a few PlayStation games here. Biohazard Director's Cut. One thing that I do love is that all the Biohazard games, for the most part, are quite accessible, very cheap, and easy to pick up. That's got to be one of my favorite PlayStation games of all time. Here we got PC Effects CDs here. We got what is it? Aruba Ria something or other. Dang it, I can't read it. Sengoku. Ooh, and we got Macross here for $52. I'm guessing this is an awesome shooter. But $52, that's kind of out of my usual price range of what I usually like to pay on games, but this looks really cool. I definitely would like to get that one in the future. There's also Pat Labor here for the Super CD on the PC Engine. These are all CD Engine games, by the way. I'm sorry, PC Engine games, by the way. Burning Featuring something or other. Memorial something. Rising Sun. Starlight Odyssey. So many scantily clad women in these. We have Yamato. Is that any good? Anybody? 20,000 yen for that one. Yep. Golf game Cobra, which has awesome art on it. And we got Gaki something or other. Ray Phantom. Dragon Half. I remember this from a long, long time ago. Zack or Yak? Xack. The game they called Xack. Angel. Metal Angel. Oh, drop them. Private Eye Doll. Princess Maker. Feet again. Some weird idle games. So many of those here. Star something or other. Time something or other. Schwarzschild. CD Battle. Hyper. Not a bad little collection here of PC Engine games. A few more Sega Saturn games. We got Sonic Wings Special. Yakyu Ken Special. The Neo Geo CD Garon Densetsu Special. So there was just an aisle of random games that had special on them. Here we come into the display case as we come up on the new Game & Watch, the Mario Color Edition Game & Watch. They even got some Game Gears in here as well. The miniature ones that came out not too long ago in each of the colors. And an interesting Switch game here that I have never seen before. The Super Famicom Mini Classic. Looks like it doesn't come with the box, and the Famicom Computer Mini. Quite a few game systems in here. Minecraft for PS Vita. The miniature SNK Maru. Never seen that one before. It's all clear. That's kind of cool. Mini Neo Geo, excuse me. And we got the Mini Mega Drive. There's another Neo Geo Mini. Those of you that do have a Neo Geo Mini, what do you guys think of it? Is it worth all the money you paid for it? And down below we have the PS5, both the white and in the black. going for an exorbitant amount. I think close to $1,000 for one of these things here. Do any of you have the PS5 out there? If you do, let me know how it is. And here's a smaller display case that they had. Had some Super Famicom and Famicom games in it. Some were way overpriced, so I didn't spend too much time on it. But this place is vast, and they had anything you could think of, every type of game. DS, 3DS. As we peruse the hallway, peruse the cases, or the, what do you want to call them? The shelves here. All their Super Famicom. They even have a little section here of Xbox One games. As you may know, Xbox gets no love in Japan. There's very little Xbox One anywhere to be found. Hence this small shelf of Xbox related games. But that also goes to show you can actually get Xbox stuff here quite cheap because it's not so popular. I wonder if that will ever change in the future. But here we have a lot of Wii stuff as well, Wii U games on this shelf. A lot to choose from. And this awesome little item here. We have this giant Game Boy where you could sit there and play Game Boy games. Or I think they had the actual mini Super Famicom hooked up to it, so you could play Super Famicom games on it. Definitely cool to have. And here's the honorable mention here we got for the PS3, JoJo's Myona Boken. I am still new to JoJo's, but after looking at the Dreamcast version, it looks incredibly awesome. The graphics are amazing for it. I was really impressed with it. I might have to pick it up. And just taking a quick look at some of the PS3 games they have here. I do have a PS3, but I don't have a lot of games. Never really got into it. Mostly played more of the American games, like The Simpsons. That was a pretty good one for PS3. The Simpsons movie game, I believe it was. And I think I played a couple Biohazard games as well. Here we got the Switch section, which is actually a pretty large section of Switch games here. We got the new Zelda game, of course, 7,180 yen. Brand new copy of that. And we got Zoids, also a brand new game there. And Taiko Tetsujin, I know some of you out there are in love with this game. Dragon RPG something or other.
Koi Suru Otome.
Another probably Japan exclusive game here.
Definitely exclusive Japanese game.
Some kind of
probably not so
anime
interesting
type game there. And another one which is, let's see, can I get it? Shokuyo Shoujo. Interesting name. Moonlighter. Those of you that have Switch out there, what kind of games do you look for? Or are there any Japan exclusive games you're looking for? Let me know down in the comments. Super Mario 3D. Lots of that to go around. We've got controllers for Mario Party. The pink and the lime green. We got Smash Brothers here. 58 or 59, I think that is. Just take a look at a few more here. Here we have a game called Mary Skelter. Is that like Helter Skelter? I do not know. Some more interesting games here for the Switch. Also we have Ys 8 for the Switch. Probably a good one. I wouldn't know. Persona 5, I believe. Another probably Japanese exclusive. It's Gyaru Kanin 2. And looking down a bit more, we have Giraffe and Anika. And another probably Japanese exclusive called Doku Musume, meaning like poison daughter, which is an interesting name. I hope you like rummaging through retro video games, because today we come face to face with yet another monster of a store. That's right, we're at another Mandai Shoten here in Saitama Prefecture. This time we're in Koshigaya, and this place may be even bigger than the last one. Hi, I'm Scruffy Looking RGB, and I take you on retro video game hunts all over Japan. If you like what you see here, please consider subscribing, because I bring you new retro game hunting videos from Japan every week. Today's episode brings us to the deep reaches of Saitama Prefecture, in a little place called Koshigaya. Before we get into the hunt, enjoy a look around to see what other wonders this giant recycle shop has to offer.
Dangerous time for you when you will be tempted by the dark side of the Force.
Don't let yourself be destroyed as Obi-Wan did.
We have some loose Famicoms here for sale. Not bad price at all. And some loose Super Famicoms as well. And there's some complete Famicoms. Even have a Mega Drive here and others. I have yet to pick up a Mega Drive, but 9,800 yen seems a little steep to me. I don't know, you guys that are in Japan, tell me how much you paid for your Mega Drive. The Dreamcasts are going for about 5,000 yen here. Here we are greeted by Kirby at the Super Famicom corner. I really like how they set these places up in these recycle shops, with the retro game sprites cut out and all the cool things that they have here. Come to the loose carts and we've got Rockman X, which is a really great game that pays good homage to its NES predecessor in all the right ways, while upgrading to its 16-bit sights and sounds. It is a gorgeous game, to be sure. Yaiba looks like an action platformer from an older 90s Japanese anime. Poppin' Twinbee is another oldie but goodie. Here we got some Hokuto no Ken. Feta, I believe, is an RPG game. Lucky Man is another Japanese anime manga title turned game. This anime is done in a real cutesy style, which I tend to like. Nankoku Shonen Papua-kun. This is an interesting mention, definitely worth checking out. It kind of reminds me of the Jackie Chan game on the PC Engine. It's a fun action platformer. You're kind of a kung fu dude going through the southern island, finding adventure and kicking butt. We have Draken, another RPG. And another ninja RPG type game. Here we have Sugoi Hebereke, which is another Japanese game that didn't make its way out of Japan. It's kind of like a Bomberman series on the SNES, but it is like a free-for-all where you have to try and knock all the other opponents out of the ring. And we have the Bomberman series here. Pretty much all of them here on the wall. Can never go wrong with a Bomberman game. They're always loads of fun, especially the more people you have, the more fun it is. And we have some Kunio Dodgeball and Go-Go Ackman, which is not a bad action platformer. And one of my favorites, Goemon, Boku ga dansa ni natta ryu, or The Reason I Became a Dancer, Kira Kira Tochu. This game looks to be a really great one. I have not got a chance to play it much, but according to Jimmy Hoppa, this is a good one to play. And I will get around to playing it eventually. So it's definitely worth trying out. If you see it, it's worth a play. Gambare Daiku no Gen-san. So you're a carpenter in this one, / construction worker, and your name is Gen. What could be a more exciting premise for a game? But actually, this is quite a fun action platformer, as far as I've heard and seen. Another one that I'd like to pick up in the future. So that's Gambare Daiku no Gen-san. Ashita no Joe, or Tomorrow's Joe, is a famous manga from the late 60s to early 70s here in Japan about Joe the boxer. Unfortunately, the gameplay to this one doesn't quite live up to the hype. It is quite a disappointment. The controls are incredibly sluggish, and it just is not a good game. And here we have Area 88, one of the great shooters for the Super Famicom for sure. And on to some Famicom games. We have Don Doko Don, which is much like Bubble Bobble, but instead of cute dinosaurs, you get to play as cute little dwarfs or little elves or whatever these little old men are. Baby Santas? Bug Te Honey. This is another Adventure Island type spin-off. Tetsuwan Atom, another Osama anime that I really enjoy. Hello Kitty World. This one I've played a little bit, and it looks like you fly around collecting balloons. Hinotori, or the Phoenix, I believe it translates to, is another Tezuka Osamu anime that has turned into a Famicom game here. While the graphics are quite crude, it still has some good music for its time and can be a bit of an addictive game, albeit frustrating at times. Milon Daiboken, or the precursor to Do-Re-Mi Fantasy. I talked about this one in a previous episode. Garyusu. In other words, for the NES it was called Deadly Towers, I believe. An RPG game here. Labyrinth is a nice blast from the past with 8-bit versions of David Bowie. How could you go wrong with that? Urusei Yatsura Ramu, another game from an Japanese animation that never made it out of Japan. Have yet to play this one, but I would like to try it out. You guys let me know if you've played it before, what it's like. Okay, we have Ys, Star Wars, my personal favorite, of course, and Pan-Man, everyone's hiking game. This is done in a board game type style in Japan called Sugoroku, so kind of like a Monopoly type game. Downtown Special, Kunio-kun Jidaigeki Zein Shugo. This is a period drama version of Kunio-kun. The game takes you back to feudal Japan with everyone's favorite character, good old Kunio-kun. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is the savior of the franchise on the NES in my opinion, as the second installment and much needed improvement and a must-add to anyone's Famicom collection. Ninja Ryukenden 2, other words, Ninja Gaiden 2. Castle Excellent. King Kong 2, this looks like a fun top-down action platformer actually. Super Monkey Daiboken, so Super Monkey Adventure. Keru Naguru looks like a kung fu game, meaning kick and punch. Kage no Densetsu looks like an old school action platformer. And you know, I can't resist a rummaging in the junk bin. Let's see what we got in here. Let's dig deep. And we got sports game. Aha, but what's this? Here's an oldie but goodie. NBA Jam, the original. While it's not the tournament edition, it's still a no-brainer at 100 yen. This will definitely have to go home with me today, I believe. You can tell this place is quite large, and we're going to take a look into some glass cases, and you know what that means. Lots and lots of moolah. So lots of goodies in this case. Here we have Gunnak and Layla, Holy Diver to name a few. Layla I've never heard of before, but it looks like it's a really interesting action platformer, mixed in with some shump elements as well. On the next shelf, we have some gems here too. Roboco Wars, Tenyade or Samurai Pizza Cats as it's known, Bio Miracle, we have Ninja Ryukenden 3, Final Mission, a great shoot 'em up, Contra, the greatest game ever, FC Genjin or Bonk's Adventure. And we got Pajama Hero Nemo, in other words Nemo the Dream Master. Banana Okoku Daiboken. Looks like an interesting one similar to Nankoku Shonen, Papua-kun. Spartan X2, Adventures of Lolo Land, and Salamander, a great shoot 'em up as well. And the list continues. We have Wolverine, Battletoads, Valken, Castlevania, X-Men, Contra Spirits, R-Type, Parodius, Kira Kira Kirby, Space Ace, Mr. Do, Demon Blazin', Popperumeru, Rockman and Forte, Psycho Dream, Cotton 100%, Pokonyan, and Otoboki Ninja Coliseum, which is a Bomberman type game. They have a nice handheld collection here as well. We have Game Boys, Game Boy Pockets, Game Boy Colors, Game Boy SPs. Even have a lot of Game & Watches in here. And here's one I've never seen before. This Game & Watch Micro Versus System. Looks like they have boxing and Donkey Kong 3. I don't know what that means, versus system. Like you can do 2 players on one of these? And they have Game Boy Advance games here as well. Gambare Goemon, 01 SP, Mother, Zelda, all kind of titles in here. Mother 3 and some Castlevania as well. A nice little collection of Saturn 2, Deppy here, $200, wow. Elevator, Return, Purikura, Daisaksen, a few Hue cards in here and some GameCube, some others mixed in as well. They got the Kyoro-chan game for Famicom in the box here, pretty cool. Perfect Dark for N64 in the box. Question of the day. What games or consoles are you currently interested in? Drop me a comment and we can talk about it. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I hope you're well. And remember to stay safe out there. By the way, don't forget to share this video with somebody who you think might appreciate it. because it helps my channel grow and it helps keep me pushing to put out more awesome retro game content. If you want to see another game hunting video, click the video on the right. Or if you want to watch me mod some consoles, click the video on the left. And above all, stay scruffy looking.
Who's scruffy looking?